it's one thing I'm glad they delayed Halo 5 to next year because that gives the Xbox One more time to build up a bigger fan base and more people owning it, which means bigger sales for Halo 5.
I think that's probably one of the best decisions that they've made in a long time. I'm really glad that they are doing that. I have not heard one person say, I want it this year. Give it to me now. And we do. We want it, but we want it right. And I think everybody's willing to wait. They're willing to take that time.
And they're also later this year we are going to have what they said a Halo digital film or digital series or something like that. So we're also going to have something similar to Halo Forward into Dawn this year, later this year.
Oh, I loved Forward Unto Dawn. I thought that was fantastic. With the budget they had, they did a wonderful job.
And they actually had some big name actors in it too, like the girl from Narnia, and then they had the X-Men Colossus as Master Chief.
Anna Popwell, something like that. Yeah, they did have some good actors in it. And now they're talking getting support from Showtime, if I recall.
Yeah, for the TV series next year because it's going to like I saw like the rumors it was going to show on Showtime and then it was going to like show later on the Xbox One, which I don't get. It seems like you show both at the same time.
Well, yeah, I don't know why they
Like I
would do that, honestly, but I could see it being like, okay, we're going to release it on this date, and a week later they're going to put it on Xbox One so everybody can see it on Showtime and get excited for it there and go over there.
but a lot of people don't have Showtime because it's like one of those channels you have to pay for.
Yeah, I don't either. Hopefully, it'll be a free trial period for that for me, but I'll live with it. I'll wait
So by
one
the
week.
so by the time it shows on the Xbox One, people will have already spoiled it for us and it'll be like, well, there it goes.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be good. The thing about that, though, if they do get that deal with Showtime, it sounds like they're going to be able to increase their budget significantly. So they would be able to make it even better. So I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah, I don't want it looking like those really bad sci-fi movies on their channel.
What's wrong with a bad sci-fi movie?
Because like you see a big lizard come out and it looks like it was made with CG from 1990,
Or some guy in a suit.
like those old Godzilla movies.
Oh, see, I don't mind a bad science fiction movie once in a while. They're entertaining.
To laugh at.
That, yeah, that too, that too.
It's like it has the same budget as a cup of coffee at Walmart.
Ooh, well, they say they can go up to the Starbucks coffee.
I don't even like coffee.
Ooh, what's wrong with you? Coffee's good.
I try to drink it like a Starbucks coffee, which is supposed to be the best one.
Oh,
Like
it's
I spit it, I spit it out, almost throwing up.
I don't like Starbucks coffee myself, and I love coffee, but that's just my personal preference. I don't care for it.
I do love tea with a lot of sugar in it. Like when we make tea, a gallon of tea, we put at least 2 cups of sugar in it.
Ooh, a gallon of tea? Yeah, that's probably about
Yeah,
right.
and also can't forget my pickle juice.
Yep, can't forget your pickle juice. All right. I think there is one other thing to discuss, and that is the rumor, and it is just a complete rumor at this point, but it was kind of found out by IGN, so it's probably got some validity to it, and that is the Master Chief's Collection. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe it's half true. I mean, I believe there's like a 50% chance it's true. Like a substitute teacher had said, everything is 50% true. It's either going to happen or it's not. That's 50%. But I think they are either going to do a Halo 2 anniversary or they're going to remake the entire collection. They're going to do one of those two. I'm pretty sure because we have had a yearly release for Halo since 2009, and in that year we had two games.
Yes. My thought is, I think it's extremely likely we're at least getting Halo 2 anniversary. That's my guess. And I think that's going to be coming around the fall time, probably November time frame. And if this is the alternate route that they're actually going with, where they're going to do Halo CE 2, 3, and 4 and bring them all to the Xbox One, which would be great, as I love playing through all the campaigns from time to time. Are they going to release them all in one bundle, or are they going to release them one at a time? Like once 3 months here, they're going to release Halo CE. Then they're going to release Halo 2 3 months after that, and so forth. So that's my thought. I wonder if that's going to be the factor here.
I'm pretty sure they'll just release them all in one box.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And if they do, if they release Halo 2 Anniversary, I'm pretty sure they're going to have classic Halo 2 multiplayer online. But if it's a collection, I think they'll do the multiplayer for Halo 2 and Halo 4. Halo 2 just because it's been hinted at so much, and Halo 4 because it's the most recent Halo game, big Halo game, and they want to keep the multiplayer going into Halo 5.
Yes, and that would be if they did do it once at a time. That's why I could see what's her name? Bonnie Ross said your journey begins in 2014. That's why I kind of think it might be a little staggered. Um,
Oh, I want to talk about that too, like I did in my own video. They last year they showed the Halo 5 trailer and they said the journey begins in 2014. I think they really did mean for Halo 5 to come out this year, but I think they realized that they weren't going to be finished with it, so they delayed it to 2015 where they could use and they just said journey for if this happened they could use the excuse going, "Oh, we just meant it would the hype would start next year and the destination would be 2015." I think that's how it went about.
it's a possibility. I mean, if Microsoft was wanting them to push it through and get it out in 2014, you know, maybe finally somebody said we just can't do this, especially after other games and not just Halo 4 have
Battlefield 4, Titanfall.
had taken such a beating for being released too early.
No joke, the past big three shooters, Ghost, Battlefield 4, and Titanfall have all been released unfinished.
Yes, that's that can't happen. This next Halo game, this just can't happen. That's going to be their Xbox One seller, and that's a fact.
I'm sure every Halo game will continue to sell millions, but the community relies on Halo 5.
Yeah, I think my personal opinion here is that Halo 5 is going to be the best Halo game to date.
I've said it before that I know it's an unpopular decision, but I think Halo 4 is the best game just because it had the best story to a campaign. But I think 343 can outdo themselves with more time with Halo 5.
Well, if you remember back in Halo 4, when they started their actual development time,
It was 4 years.
they actually the first year was pretty much building their team,
Yeah, I think it's more like first 2 or 3 years. I mean, they spent 4 years on it, but the first like 2 or 3 years was building
and they're
team.
still building the team. They still are. I think they've pretty much doubled the actual team that they have working on Halo 5 from what they had from Halo 4. I think they're definitely making the right decisions, and they're hiring all sorts of multiplayer guys, pro players. I think they're making the right decisions to make this game so good, multiplayer wise and campaign wise. And both of them I personally love. So I'm going to be one
But
happy camper.
there's one more thing I'd like to say about this too is why if with Halo 5 they sent it in the MMO direction like Destiny?
That's that's a good question. That is a very good question. And based on what we got so far, that might just be it. And that's kind of what I'm thinking with that red dot site. If that is what it is, um, they might have the campaign be more along the lines of a multiplayer thing, a MMO type of thing. And that might not be a bad thing if it's done right.
Imagine this. Okay, you have your multiplayer, classic Halo multiplayer separate. You have your Forge, your Theater, custom games, and then the campaign you can play offline too. But for the if you want to, you can play online, and it's basically an MMO game with its own economy and everything else. And once you go through the campaign playing as Master Chief, but once you beat the campaign, you start being able to customize your own Spartan.
And upgrade them, make them stronger, and stuff like that. I could see that in an MMO. If it's just a straight campaign, I just don't see that being a possibility.
But here's why too is well, one of my theories why is because there was a Halo MMO being made by Ensemble at one point. Ensemble was making a Halo MMO and a Halo Wars, and Microsoft canceled the Halo MMO where they could focus all their resources on Halo Wars. And there are actually leaked pictures of the Halo MMO out from like 6 years ago.
This might be where they're heading with it then. Like I said, all we got is is one picture so far. E3, they're supposedly going to be doing a tech demo, so I cannot wait to see it and see what's going to go on.
But one thing I hope they don't do is have a tick demo like Halo 2 and then go like, "Oh, this game is trash. We got to rebuild it in 1 year."
Yeah,
That was, I mean, Halo 2 was a great game, but I remember seeing an interview and they were talking about how they spent 2 years on it and they put the game all together and it was complete garbage. And they said in that last year they had to basically make the game in 1 year.
that's amazing what they did with that 1 year.
And because they only had 1 year to redo it, that's why the campaign was only two-thirds done when they finished it. Halo 3 was supposed to be the last third of the Halo 2.
Yeah, but that's all right though. It worked out. I said Halo
It
2
got
campaign is my least favorite, but I still loved it, but it's my least favorite.
what would be my least favorite? Oh, yeah, I said Spartan Assault.
I don't know if I would qualify that one. That's definitely just a completely different genre.
Well, Halo Wars is too, and I love it.
Yeah, I love the campaign on that one. Absolutely love that one.
And I love how they're tying it in. Halo Wars could be tied into Halo 5 if they keep it up with comic books.
That's yeah. I have not read those comic books. I probably just need to go and buy them and just be done with it, just so I
Just
catch up on it all.
just go in with $30 to a comic store and say, "Give me all issues of Halo Escalation."
I probably should. I'd have to find a comic book store though.
Back, back when I lived in Mississippi, there were no comic book stores. I live here in Orlando now. There's one like on two or three on every street.
Maybe I should tell you to go and get me some.
But like I know this guy, and where's your? I don't know where you live, but I gotta send it to him.
Send it to him. He needs to know it. But yeah. All right, I think we are getting close to about 45 minutes or so. So I think we should probably wrap this up unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
I want to like basically rehash what they said at last year's E3. It's going to be 60 FPS and run on dedicated servers. So I know Destiny is going to be an MMO, but they said it's going to run off of peer-to-peer still, which I don't know how they're going to do that. But since Halo 5 is running on dedicated servers, that could open it up more to being an MMO.
Yeah, that's definitely more along the MMO actually time frame because if you play Warcraft, you go on to a server. So I'm excited about that. That alone, dedicated servers, no more black screens. Thank the Lord. I don't ever want to see another black screen waiting for somebody else to join or whatever else, or somebody's quitting. Oh, that was so irritating.
Having to change host,
Yep.
and then you sit there and wait 5 minutes and the game just crashes.
Yep. Sitting there staring at it and is thinking and thinking. It's like, oh, come on.
Or what's the worst part is when you're about to kill somebody and that happens and you come back and they're behind you and kill you.
Ugh, because they get back like a second before you do. I have had it where I went to a black screen and the game's still going on, but I'm in a black screen. It's like, what in the world? And I'm getting killed left and right. It's like, that ain't right.
That was really bad in Halo 3. I mean, it happened all the time.
Yeah, dedicated servers. I'm telling you, and the hit detection, that's just going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I really, really can't. I think it's going to be a very good year for Halo these next couple years. So I'm excited. I really am.
If you haven't seen it, go watch my Halo 5 reaction video for Halo 5 announced or whatever, and watch me just scream.
I already did.
I fell on the floor and started rolling around.
They said you're just a nutter.
The bad but Brit modest major.
Bad butt Brit, modest major. It's time for you to make a song about bad butt Brit, Modest Major.
I might. Next time we do one of these, we need Bad Butt Brit Modest Major.
We probably should. The only problem is he goes to bed so early, and I can only get on kind of late. So
I got a name for him. You have the game Triple H on WWE. Well, we got the Modest Major Triple B. Bad Bud Brit. If you're watching this, everybody go to Twitter and call Modest Major Triple B Bad Butt Brit.
Bad Butt Brit attacks.
He's going to hit you with a pedigree.
Oh, that sounds good. All right, I think we are going to wrap. We are definitely approaching an hour. So,
50 minutes.
yep. Well, guys, I'm going to say thank you everybody for watching, and of course, go and subscribe to Frozen Sword. He is going to have a lot more stuff coming out very soon with everything coming out. He is,
Especially at E3.
yes, at E3, and he is definitely a lore guy like myself, and I know there is definitely some lore followers on my channel and on his that do an excellent job of keeping us updated on stuff that's going on. Thanks to you guys as well. Don't forget to give this video a like and, of course, subscribe. Frozen?
If you didn't hear us a couple minutes ago, go send a tweet to Modest Major calling him Bad Butt Bit Triple B.
That would be good for him. He'd be like, what's going on? All right, Frozen. You want to end us out here?
If you enjoyed the video, give us a like. If you want to watch more, subscribe. And until next time, my invisible hat is off to you.